into one of the basketball courts. We're doing some stretching, we're doing some core. Oh yeah, Matthew Tarrant, how do you feel today?
Amazing.
Absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah. But today we're talking about food up here at altitude and why it might be different. Not the specific food in general, but eating in general. But we had a lovely egg this morning, fueled up after that, because remember, food is fuel, and now we're going to do some stretching. We've got other stuff to do today as well. Oh yeah, let's get to it. And that's us finished a little bit of stretching, a little bit of core, a little bit of getting a little looser after all the ergs and all the other trainings that we're doing. And we've got Mr. Tom Jeffrey here as well. Oh yeah, we're gonna chat a little about, like I mentioned previously, eating at high altitude. Tom, your opinion, or what's different about eating at high altitude versus low altitude?
Well, I suppose the first thing is the food is very different.
Just eating. What is different? Well, the food is different anywhere.
I wouldn't say there's a huge amount of difference, to be honest. I think the main thing for me is with the altitude, it's more like the training that we do.
Yeah.
It's such a lot of training, it's quite hard sometimes to eat. You don't necessarily want to eat, but it's almost like you're force feeding yourself to eat. And I think if you find yourself not force feeding yourself, you wake up in the morning and you've lost like a couple of kilos.
Yeah. There's another, like, altitude is actually an appetite suppressant. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not the training, maybe it's the little fun fact that you gave me just now.
So at this on this training camp, you want to be packing the food in, but unfortunately, at high altitude, the stairs always get you. At high altitude, your appetite is suppressed, so it really ties in well with wanting to eat more.
I must say, you're incredibly informative for your YouTubers.
It's
fans.
for the vlog.
Mate, they're learning.
Yeah, for informative. But that's probably the biggest thing I feel. You want to pack in the food for this training camp. Really pack it in. So sometimes I'm sitting for like 2 hours, not even eating any more than usual. So it's a bit of a disaster, really. Just trying to eat the food. And there's no Ben and Jerry's here unless you go down the mountain, and that's just another effort. Or mince pies. So there's no very, very high calorific foods to pack it easily. There's always yams. And now, after the stretching session, it's time to fuel up. Because remember, food is fuel. Oh yeah! And we've made it into the crew room because we're fueling up. Because remember, food is fuel. Oh yeah! And the sky has cleared up. The fog is clearing. Isn't that right, Fletch?
Yes.
Oh yeah! But let's get to eating. And we've made it back into the room for some recovery after fueling up. Absolutely awesome. And like Tom and I were just saying, it's quite difficult to fuel up here just because of the appetite is suppressed, and also when you're training, even just at sea level, when you do training, sometimes you just feel like, oh, I just don't want to eat. But that does happen, but then we have to really think about, okay, food is definitely fuel and it's going to keep us going throughout camp. And like I mentioned 2 vlogs ago, I think it was episode 91, maybe 92. But I mentioned that when you get on the back foot of recovery, then it becomes very, very difficult to get back to sort of the level playing field and even then pushing on again. So you want to be able to essentially put in as much food, as much fuel into your body as possible, especially up here, because 1, you're going to need it most likely, and 2, it's a case of you may feel like you're eating a lot, but in reality, you might even be eating less. So calorie-wise, I'm trying to push over 7,000, but it can be very difficult, especially like my eating vlog where I was eating over 9,000 calories a day down at sea level, pints of Ben & Jerry's a day, packs of mince pies, stuff like that, where it's an easy 1,500 calories just like that. But here, it's a lot of volume of food. So like I said, it's eating for hours rather than just a quick snack. But now it's time for recovery. Oh yeah, now it's time to go do some ways. Yeah, let's get to it. that's us finished. Is this yours? This is yours.
Oh, you stole mine.
So, anyway, we have now finished the weights session. Absolutely brilliant. Matt doing some cleans there as you saw him juddering around. Oh, yeah. But now, Matthew Tarrant and I, today's vlog is about eating at altitude, like how you eat with the differences between sea level and altitude.
I don't think there is a difference, is there?
Do you struggle to eat here?
Yes. Well,
So there's a
you know,
difference.
like, you don't struggle to eat, but you're not very interested in it. Like your appetite goes down.
There
you
it
eat
is.
just as much.
There we go. So like Matt said, your appetite goes down even though we want to fuel up equally. So it makes it quite difficult to get enough fuel in the body to be productive in training. Oh yeah. But for the rest of the day, we have a lovely little swim. Oh yeah, because remember, variation is a key to motivation, and motivation up here up the mountain is a huge factor in being a productive training machine.
Variation is the spice of life.
Oh yeah, but that will be it for the end of the vlog for today, Yam Squad. Hopefully you enjoyed it. A little bit different, not too much training footage. Okay, the stairs always get me. But as always, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and have a good one.